Pizza is right on.
Every Thursday is the spot. Blabbin about Slabbin, SSP cards that we've got.
Cool.
From rookies to legends, big or small. Chris and Jeff have the power to jinx them all. Blabbin about Slabbin, every
Oh yeah, what's up, guys?
Blabbin about Slabbin, SSP
Happy
cards
Thursday,
that we've got.
everybody. Welcome to another edition of Blabbin About Slabbin. How about those first place Atlanta Braves, Chris?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to see what the Braves are doing. With Acuna still just more or less sitting out the season so far.
Yeah, he's just along for the ride.
It's kind of along for the ride. If you had told me at this point of the year Bryce Elder would be off to a better start than Acuna, and Michael Harris now has I think it's 7 home runs. Jeff, what on earth?
Boo, Michigan Cards and Graphs. Boo.
Yeah.
It was like the worst of all possible scenarios for my fantasy team because I had Scooble. Not only did he not get the win, and then I have Uribe, who then blew the game for the Brewers. So,
Yeah, that's like a worst case. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of worst case, I am now in a foul mood. I'm not drinking tonight. My wife and I had like a little bit of actual real Coca-Cola left over. So we divided it up the way, responsible adults do.
very sane.
And I walked out here and I spilled almost all of it on the floor. And it is just, it hurts. It hurts to see something. I almost, and Jeff, you almost had to listen to me just like suck this up off of the floor that we have here.
God. Is Jelly in there trying to lick it up?
She is not. She is not. Yeah, M. Newbert. It's brutal in Fenway at Boston. It's bad. I did see a legitimate throw from Roman Anthony the other day, though. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, is his arm healed all of a sudden?
Oh, Mr. Little Thor, we don't get regular Coca-Cola in my house very often. So I am holding it together right now emotionally as best I can. But yeah,
I told Chris it sounds like he needs a drink. I think that's what that's implying.
I mean, between Garrett Crochet's arm and Roman Anthony's arm, I feel like I think it's okay to panic a little bit in Boston right now, Jeff.
Yeah, speaking of Boston, remember we were talking about big gloves?
Oh, you grabbed one of those.
Sitting on my desk. Look at the size of that glove.
That's fantastic. I love that card. It's a shame that there isn't he's not on the real auto checklist. He's just on the there's those fake autos on the glove there. Or I guess those are autos in the picture.
Yeah, there's still autos, but not the autos. So for trivia today, we got something interesting, Chris. We got a prize of a player who's actually shown signs of life, not Acuna, but this gentleman, Mr. Cal Raleigh, who's homered in, I believe, 3 straight games.
All right.
And he's still batting, $180, but he's got 3 home runs. So this beautiful heritage, Cal Raleigh, could be yours if you win trivia tonight.
You can't keep that dumper down forever, Jeff.
That sounds like a phrase that's been said before. And for second place, Chris, we have one of our generous viewers on the channel who might be in the room right now. In fact, sent a lot of autographed photos our way. So the second place winner, you tell me what team you're a fan of, and we'll see if we've got anybody in this amazing stack of photos to send out to you. So and of course, you could choose that over the Big Dumper, and Big Dumper could go to second place too. Winner's choice.
Absolutely. Yeah, Stale Cards or Staley Gilmore, you were right. Don't panic on the Big Dumper. Good call.
Yep, no panic. You're getting hit from all sides.
Yeah. You should have hope. They're going to be fine. That kind of pitching staff, they're going to be fine.
Yes, we'll get into that because I think we're going to start again with some overreactions, and they do come into play a little bit with one of my overreactions. But before we get into that, is there anything you wanna say, Chris? Or are you just riding the high of the Braves?
You know what? I don't want to say anything. Someone in the comments said it. I hate to like over talk about or get overexcited when things go poorly for rivals, but teams have been able to laugh at the Braves' misfortune the last couple of years, and there are some NL East rivals that are really, really fighting it hard, Jeff.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that too as part of the overreactions, I believe.
Michigan Cards and Grass. I didn't buy anything, but I spoke very highly of Christopher Sanchez like last week. And he just, I know there was windy at Wrigley today, but that's a ton of hits. They couldn't all have been wind-aided, right?
You're right. Jazz Chisholm, only 49 away from the 50-50 club, as he was predicting he would be. Thumper's going to the Redbirds' house tomorrow. All right, let's see.
Oh.
Get some road homers. Okay, so the average is above normal.
Yeah, for this time of year, I believe that's definitely above his career average.
Yeah, the rest of his numbers haven't been too great, but
nope. Glad to hear it. Glad to. Dave's Braves cards. Thanks for joining us. It's been a really fun April to watch Braves games, especially hitters 2 through 6 in the lineup have been really fun. Ozzy Albies and Michael Harris, Jeff, homered today, and they also had like legit base hits, like actual line drives hit off of Major League pitching. I don't know what's going on. I'm just enjoying the ride. Just here for the ride.
Yeah, it's some upside down baseball.
Wow, Forbidden Donut, that is nuts. To have trouble getting rid of Red Sox tickets is crazy. But
Olsen on fire.
Yeah. Olsen is indeed on fire.
All right, Chris, what do you got for an overreaction to start this fine Thursday off?
The first one I got, and James Wood is a lock. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Just write him in. Start etching the plaque now.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw some incredible at bats against the Braves. They really had no answer for him over 4 games, Jeff. He was drawing walks, stealing bases, dropping bombs. The Braves had a guy making his major league debut today, and it's the first pitch he threw in his career. I wasn't even mad. I total respect. For a lot of guys would have let him have it. Like, here you go. Here's your first pitch. You keep the ball. James Wood said, go get it. You want your first pitch. Go get it out of right field. I had to laugh. Like, he pissed on it, and he looked great all series. The early season struggles are gone, Jeff.
So he's back. MVP?
All I'm going to say is I wish you and I had more Wood.
Yeah. We'd talked about it, but after that swoon of the second half last year, that was okay. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Maybe Ben is the cause of it. All right. I'm going the other league with mine. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your American League Cy Young winner right here. Jose Soriano. Look at his WAR. He's got 2.6 WAR, and it's not even the end of April, Chris. He's on pace for a 12 WAR season.
Incredible.
You can barely see that ERA. He's got 2 games of 10 strikeouts or more. It's unreal. This is something. He's turned the corner, age 27, and he is going to roll to a Cy Young finish despite pitching for what will be the last place Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, he's incredible. He really is. I was actually at the one Braves Angels game. The Braves lost. There wasn't a fight. It was the least interesting game. And it was over in like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I didn't realize it until we were walking to the car. I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to eat anything. Like, that's how fast that game went. Drake Baldwin homered in the second inning. The Braves, I think it was 19 consecutive batters went down after that.
It was like a Greg Maddux start for you.
Plus 10 miles an hour, yeah, on every pitch. He has looked absolutely filthy.
In their defense, they're the only people that have scored. Braves is the only team that have scored off him this year.
Yes, Drake Baldwin has the only certainly the only home run. It might be the only extra base hit. Yeah. Nice.
Congratulations, Reds collector. Nice pickup. Still on waivers before his last start, Cubs fan. That's great.
I would say he definitely was undrafted in almost every single league, unless you're really, really deep. But after the second start, I feel like he should have been gobbled up. But certainly after that 10K performance against the Reds.
Yeah, and the Angels are kind of fun to watch.
Joey K, that's actually more accurate than for both reasons. Okay.
KPS. All right. Well, we'll get to
I
a
don't think that's going to solve anything. He either needs a couple days off to like rest up and get refreshed because he does look a little bit slow in the hands and the legs, or he just needs a few more reps.
Yeah, just give him the at bats.
Yeah. To be fair, he's still he has one more home run in the season than Tatis and Witt combined. Something to think about.
Yeah. Yes. Not everybody's hitting home runs.
No, certainly not. It feels like it sometimes. Certainly, Jordan hits one every day.
Jordan and Murakami have like 22 home runs between the two of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Michigan Cards and Graphs. Yes, this did. Yeah, right to J.R. Ritchie's parents, and his fiance, I think, was in the crowd too. Yeah, right when that home run was hit. But yeah,
how did he do after that?
He went 7 innings and gave up 2 runs.
Wow, that's a great start.
Yes, that took a lot of fortitude to settle in after that. I got another one, Jeff.
Great.
This one is I attacked this one with mixed emotions. Okay. We are in year 5 of Freddie Freeman's Dodgers tenure. And at this point, at this moment, Jeff, if you look at what happened in February of 2022 or March of 2022, with no emotional attachments, you look at it with an empty heart. And Anthopoulos did the right thing in trading for Matt Olsen.
Yeah.
If you just look at the cold hard numbers, you forget the attachments, you forget that us Braves fans were ready to literally run through a wall for Freddie Freeman. Oh man, I think at the end of, Matt Olsen is the most, you used to say Freeman was the most consistent player in the world. I think Olsen might be just a tad more consistent. Freeman is beginning, this is age 36. We're seeing it now. We're seeing the decline, the inevitable,
you knew it was coming. Players can't hit forever. Yeah, that's tough, right? Knowing now, knowing then what you know now, yeah, would you have done it?
No, I still would have overpaid for Freeman, of course. But that's why I'm not a general manager, Jeff. The Braves Tyler Matzik would still be a Brave. He's still making about $8 million a year if I was the general manager. Even though he may never throw a baseball again. I'd be happily sending him a check every 2 weeks.
And I would say Matt Olsen has some good years left too. I just had to look it up. So he's 32.
Yeah. Significantly younger.
Yeah. And hasn't missed a game since 2021.
No.
And even then he only missed 5 games that whole season. That's durability.
Yeah, so it hurts me to say that, but I literally do miss Freddie Freeman every single day. But man, I love Matt Olsen. Am I glad they did it? No. But if I'm an analytics guy in the front office right now, I'm like, hey, this is what we're talking about. This is what we knew was coming, and we didn't want to pay for it.
Oh man, I gotta feel like Trout plays longer than Freddie, but maybe not.
That's interesting. Freeman's definitely been healthier than Trout. Trout's got 4 years left. Freeman has 2. Well, he's got this one in next year. So he'll be at age 37 free agent. I think we all know where he's going to end up. Right around the time Yastrzemski's deal is up. Yeah, that'll be a fun ballot for sure. Eric, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask who J.R. Graham.
I'll be honest, I don't know who J.R. Graham is.
Moonlight Graham?
Eric, I think still if he retired today, he's going in as a Brave. If he extends with the Dodgers and he has 4 World Series championships with them, there's a world I could see him going in without a team, like Maddox did, or even I think McGriff did the same thing. They didn't want to pick a favorite. I could see him doing that, but I would still bet. I would bet he goes in as a Brave.
Yeah, I say right now that's probably the case, but a couple more big moments and another championship might be tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's got 2 walk-off World Series home runs as a Dodger.
Sports card collector, some high hopes playing till 40. I don't know. They just had another kid.
That's exhausting in and of itself, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, as you
That's
know.
how quickly he wants to get away from those kids if he wants to still stay away.
Yeah. I mean, he could. I think I don't want to see him being like Goldschmidt though, and just like hanging around. That's like a,
Being a platoon guy.
yeah, like, but he can't even be. He'd have to be the heavy side of the platoon, which would happen anyway. But I just want to. I don't want to see him playing like Goldschmidt and sticking around. Like that's too hard to watch. But yeah, if he wants to be like a lefty, if there's like a if he wants to be the strong side of a DH platoon, I could see that. We certainly don't want him facing any high leverage lefties like late in the game. I don't think you want that now as Dodger, or we're getting close to where you don't want that anymore. But we'll see.
Yeah, he wants it. He's got a long way to go, though.
He does. He needs there to be baseball in 2027.
Yes, that would be huge. That would
If
be
we
huge.
don't have a season in 2027, I think he's going to have to cross 3,000 hits off his to-do list.
Yep. All right, to get to my next overreaction, I want to take a look at some of the standings that we were referencing earlier.
Okay.
So let me bring up these national.
KPS, we're going to get back to this question.
Go ahead. We can talk about Murakami. I mean, okay. He and Montgomery have been carrying a couple of my fantasy teams for that awful White Sox team. They're just hitting home runs left and right. Yeah, I don't know. Are you going to chase his cards, Chris?
I want to see what they look like. He's probably he should be in series 2, Jeff, because they knew he was going to be on the team all spring. So I'm sure they've got some pictures of him. Hopefully it's not just an SP situation, which would be lame. I'm sure they'll do that with the 3 shortstops. But I'm telling you right now, Jeff, a Murakami Golden Mirror SSP in front of a podium, it just feels almost guaranteed to us, doesn't it?
Yeah, I expect a podium shot.
But we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I want that card to be cool. If that's a good looking card, I will definitely, if he's on the field or even warming up, maybe like in the on deck circle for his first major league at bat, that would be really cool, Jeff.
Something from opening day. That would be great.
That would be great.
They could definitely do it. We've seen them before. They got the Korea Series cards in for the Dodgers. All right.
Royally Cheesed is requesting we not look at the standings, Jeff. I think if we could stay in the National League for him, I think he'd appreciate it.
Well, look at the NL Central. Every team over 500. Okay, so my overreaction is, despite both Chris and I having pretty high hopes for some NL East teams, I'm calling it. There's only one team coming out of the NL East for the playoffs. It may be the Braves, it may not be the Braves, but only one team is coming out of there. I thought 3 teams would be coming out of there. I do not think 3 teams are coming out of there anymore. Mets and the Phillies tied for the lowest wins in Major League Baseball. Just atrocious. Look at that run differential. That's bad. Very, very bad. So the Central's not looking too bad. You've got Cincy, which is a little bit of smoke and mirrors because they've got a run differential of -2. But I don't know. I got one team out of the NL East. That's it.
Wow, that's a smoking hot take, Jeff. I like the Reds before the season. I mean, they're in first place right now with a good record, and their ace is not pitching, and their number Lodolo would be probably like their 3 or 4, and he hasn't pitched yet. It's between that and it feels like a ever long wait to see if Matt McClain will ever hit a baseball hard again.
Yeah.
Between Sal Stewart and Ellie De La Cruz, and eventually Suarez will get hot. There's a nice some potential for offense there. I like the Reds, and right now you have to like them more than the Phillies and Mets.
Yeah, and potential is the key word there. I mean, the Reds are getting some lucky wins. They've scored very few runs with that offense. Surprisingly, their pitching's been okay, but yeah, run differential of -2 is not going to win you that division. No. So they've got some work to do. But anything else stand out to you when you look at the NL standings?
Yeah, I don't think
Miami and Washington would be ahead of those teams.
No, no. The Padres, good for them. Good for the Padres. Very happy to see that. I tell you, before the season started, Jeff, maybe we just didn't. I shouldn't even dig into this. Maybe we shouldn't have thought the Phillies would be as good as we all thought they were going to be. If you look at their box scores, like their offense, they got Turner, they got Harper, they got Schwarber. On some days, Alec Boehm hits cleanup. On some days, Bryson Stott is leading off. Like it's just, it's not as good looking a team as we thought it was going to be. And I see them at 8-17. And Jeff, I'm not drinking, so I think I can see okay. Is that a minus 51 run differential?
Minus 51, despite having Cy Young favorite Christopher Sanchez anchoring that rotation.
I know their closers on the IL, Jeff,
They
but I don't
look
really think
really old. That offense, you're right. It's not a very deep offense. I thought they'd be better, but they look like they've aged about 10 years since last offseason.
Yeah,
and even baseball, even that in this division, even having those three playing what they're capable of, they should have more than 8 wins. But those guys aren't even really doing it.
Harper's not elite at this point. Just his usual 260 with an 860 OPS. It's fine. But yeah, I think with the Mets and the Phillies, it might be a race to see whose manager gets fired first. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I did see Lindor got hurt. I have not seen an update on his leg.
I know he's out. I know he hit the IL for whatever length of time, but the Mets have only scored 78 runs. Look at the Nationals above them. They've scored about half the runs of the Nationals in the same amount of games, which is just ludicrous.
Yeah, name 5 guys on the Nationals that hit. Like, I mean, James Wood and CJ Abrams are great. Yeah. They are great. Brady House been okay.
You had the big start to the season for Joey Weimer. He's come back down to earth like we thought he would.
But yeah, the Giants have also they've been bad. Their manager has looked very confused or a little bit out of his depth a couple of times. But I mean that stuff can change. It's early. Devers hasn't hit at all, so that hopefully they can right this ship a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what's going on in Philly. Heads might start to roll there, Jeff.
Yeah, they gotta do something. And trading for Mike Trout, which we speculated could happen in the offseason, doesn't look like that's probably in the cards.
Okay. Timmy Two Hobbies says Mets trainer should be fired first, and Michigan Cards and Grass down a while on Lindor. I also saw an injury update I'd never seen before. Edwin Diaz left he had surgery for loose bodies in his elbow.
Yes, he did.
And all it said was return in the second half. I've never seen. I don't know what that means. Is that 60 days? That's very vague.
That's like they're probably going to keep him out to the playoff run.
Yeah, let's let Tanner Scott absorb some. He looks rejuvenated actually after last year.
He does. Speaking of rejuvenated, the Cubs do look rejuvenated, Collector Charles. They're part of this contingent in the Central. They're putting up a lot of runs and they're holding teams down. PCA finally is showing signs of life the past couple days.
I benched him this week. Cubs fans, you're welcome. Took him out of my lineup, threw him on the bench. Sometimes it's the only way to get guys going, Jeff.
Yeah, what about Michael Busch, Chris?
I mean, he homered off my boy Christopher Sanchez today. That must have come as a shock to, I think, everyone involved in that game, including the batter.
Okay. Stick the bat out. Things happen.
But yeah, for the Cubs, I know they lost Cade Horton, but Justin Steele should be back, I believe, sometime maybe around the All-Star break.
They just got what's his name? Wood? Matthew
Shaw?
No, who's their starter that they've just been missing?
Oh,
Boyd. Thank you,
Boyd. Oh, your guy.
Yeah, he finally came back. He threw four plus innings the other day. Curators making a little tease here. Sold a big card in person. You want to fill us in about that?
That is exciting. Tribeca Wax, here's the thing. If I trade him now, I'm not getting anything for it. The Padres just had 3 games in Colorado. I think Tatis had a single. Something's up there, Jeff. We talked about that last week. There might be an IL stint coming. I don't know. He's one of the most naturally just talented players out there, and he can't hit the baseball.
Padres are still in first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, Jeff. Nico Horner, who I know you strategically drafted in our fantasy league, has been off to a fantastic first month. We can't talk about the Cubs without mentioning him.
Yes, good point. Nico Horner has been a cornerstone for them.
Ooh. But yeah, the Cubs look. I would not be surprised if at the end of May the Cubs have a nice little lead there in the Central. No offense to your Brew Crew, Jeff.
Yeah, they should. They should have a nice little lead. I'm pleasantly surprised that the Pirates are playing so well. They're got a nice run differential. Their pitching is holding up beyond just Paul Skeens, which is nice.
Yeah. Yep. And Jared Jones is waiting. Not waiting, but like rehabbing. He'll be back. I think they said like July. Yeah, Mad City Brew, seriously.
Back for the stretch run.
Yeah. Curator with a huge sale. Hold on, I just saw.
All right, what he did? He should tell us what it was.
Yep.
Oh,
Gold Cup Ohtani auto. Congrats, dude. That's a nice. Nothing wrong with taking a win. Putting some.
No, I got to hear more about this though. Is there plans to put that card money into, or are you gonna put an addition on your house? What is going on with that?
Maybe awesome a vehicular sale. Upgrade.
Let us know.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Cheerio. He should be back soon. I hope.
I have to believe that's a disrespectful, intentional misspelling from Staley Gilmore, 3845, Jeff. I think it has to be.
Well, at least he didn't just say churro. I want to scroll down to the American League, or scroll up, as it were.
Morelli cheese. It might be a good time to get a cocktail or hit the restroom for a sec.
Yeah, look at those 8 wins pulling up the bottom of the league, tied with Philadelphia. Oh, boy. All right. So I don't have any as extreme takes for here. I do have to say that the AL West is pretty pathetic. Look at the A's in first place with a minus 15 run differential. So I think the Mariners are going to run away with that division. So we were talking about that a little bit earlier. I think there's no problem there. They're going to get that pitching right and run away with it.
Yeah, I have no long-term concerns about them. There's no team above them. We thought the Rangers were going to be pretty good. But other than that, I mean, they just need those bats to get going.
And I got to scroll a little further to see where the Astros are at 10-16, despite having MVP leader in the clubhouse, perhaps Jordan Alvarez. How many home runs does Jordan have now?
Jordan's up to 11 home runs, Jeff. I believe the majority of them have been solo due to a general lack of assistance from anyone not named Christian Walker.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they've scored 137 runs. Most of that is due to him, probably, but you've seen they have given up 150 as well.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised they just let Framber walk. I really wonder how. I was actually talking about this with a friend of ours who pitched Division I softball. We were talking about the incident where he crossed up his catcher on purpose. He was mad and he drilled his catcher. And I wonder if that wrote his ticket right out of town. Like if he lost the clubhouse. Like,
you wonder. I mean, that's what I think of when I think of him, but I don't know. That's being a fan. I don't know if that's short-sighted, just like we were talking about the Freddie situation in the front office. You would think that they would look beyond that, but maybe they just felt like with the direction the team was going, he wasn't going to be any help, which could be the case as well. He had some rough starts to end last year.
He did. But yeah, left-handed pitching like that doesn't fall from the sky. There's also, I'm just looking at this, Jeff. I feel like there's a lot of negative run differentials.
Yes,
in the American League.
The American League is parity has come to roost. Right, there's only one team with single-digit losses. Yeah. Everybody's piled up there. You've got a couple big positive run differential. Well, really, just the Yankees. The AL East is looking pretty weak overall.
Yeah, I am shocked. Okay, so I was on Tuesday night, I was at the Angels Blue Jays game out here. And
defending American League champion, Toronto.
I was legitimately shocked at how bad the Blue Jays lineup is. Like, I think at one point my wife turned to me, she's like, who are these guys? She was like that character in Major League.
Yeah.
I think it's he's not was a janitor on Scrubs, like Neil Flynn. I think he's the groundskeeper. It's like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
Like they're 5 through 9. I mean, the numbers are big on the board too, and it's bad. It's really, really bad. I know they got hot at just the right time last year,
They
but my
did.
goodness.
Yeah, everybody was on a heater at the right time. Their pitching's not great.
Well, I will say, outside of Jeff Hoffman, their pitching is good. That poor guy, I think Miguel Rojas broke him.
Isn't Scherzer still on that staff?
He is.
Because he got lit up last time I saw his name pop up in the.
His ERA is very high, very hard.
Curator's saying Mariners not winning that division.
All right, Curator. I sense, hit up Jeff in the Discord. Let's get a little bet going. A low, no one's buying another red ink Ohtani here, but it's like a nice low end bet here.
Yeah, and who do you have, Curator? Who's going to win that one?
He's a Texas fan.
So are they going to win? Or is that fandom is predicting the win? I like that.
Yeah. ATL Jeff Black, we are both closest or closer to Dodger Stadium, but Angel Stadium, it's almost like easier to get to, and almost takes about the exact amount of time, like to get through LA, the Dodger Stadium traffic, and get in the parking lot, and then park, a mile away in the itchy lot, and then walk all the way in. Versus
there are far fewer fans at the Angels game.
We had really good seats. We were in like the front row of the second section, so there was just nothing in front of us but the third base line, and it was perfect. They were $82 on like SeatGeek.
Yeah, you don't have trouble getting seats for the Angels games. Maybe you will once Soriano takes the mound every 5th day now.
Yeah, but it was cool. We took our friends and their 3 kids went, and they were very excited to see Mike Trout. And it was just when they lined up for the national anthem, Trout was legit. It was like Trout is this big, Soler is bigger, and then everyone else was just these like little people standing up there.
Afternoon Blabber is a collective name for fans of the podcast. Blabber sounds good.
Yeah, we'll take it. They've been called a lot of things.
Yeah,
by a lot of people.
They've been called worse. The Royals. Now, Chris and I thought this was going to be a little bit of a coming out party for this young Royals team. Nobody's hitting home runs. Nobody's doing much of anything there. Scoring runs, Bobby Witt's not scoring runs despite getting on base.
Nope.
I wonder how many home runs they have as a team.
I don't know. I think I recently said on a spitball, like, I think Caglione hit his first home run this week, and I was like, oh, here comes a heater. No,
Pasquantino's up to 2 home runs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the team, like, they moved the fences in. I don't know. Maybe they moved the fences in, but now they're like blowing wind, like to make up for it. I don't know.
But blowing wind. Yeah.
In a fantasy league last year, I kept Cole Reagans as it's a 12 team league with 10 keepers each team. I kept Cole Reagans going into last year. It was so bad.
And predicted a Cy Young finish for him.
Predicted a Cy Young finish, and a Teapot just laid into me for like legitimately the end. Anytime I said anything on spitball, and he was like, "Well, Reagan's going to win the Cy Young." Anyway, and he was right. That's fair.
And he's here. He's here to rub it in further.
So in the playoffs last year, I was limited on bench spots, and I dropped Reagan's like for my playoff run because he wasn't going to pitch, and he was kept by the team that picked him up, and that guy was giving me all sorts of shit, all spring. Oh my God, you dropped him! And then in auctions, Jeff, Reagan's was going for like $30.
I was avoiding him at all costs. I loved seeing him go high.
It's like the dude had like a rotator cuff injury last year and got shelled when he was pitching. So anyway, long story short, Reagan's is awful. In his last start, I think he walked 8 and gave it it was a nightmare. So I feel slightly vindicated by my decision to not have him anywhere this year.
No, I'd say more than slightly. Andrew, I don't think tanking is as big of a problem in baseball as it is in other sports, certainly the NBA, just because you're not guaranteed anything. Rarely do you get a Skeens type player out of college where you're pretty sure they're going to be dominant. Typically, it's guys like Mike Trout who got drafted 24th or 25th in that first round and turned out to be superstars. So I don't think that there's a lot of people tanking in baseball. I mean, they might be tanking for other reasons, mostly monetarily, and their owners don't want to spend, but I don't think it's to get players.
Baseball does have a lottery now, don't they, Jeff?
Do they?
I think they do. to prevent that. And we have to mention this guy. Hold on, Staley. Thank you for reminding me. Carter Jensen, I think, has more home runs than everyone else in the Royals combined. After he was benched because he overslept, which is just an insane thing to think about, a professional athlete. But yeah, so
at a hotel. Yeah.
So he's doing fine. But the rest of that team, man, it's crazy though that they moved the fences in and everyone's hitting worse.
Curious is not a fandom pick, just a true feeling since the A's are better and the Rangers are better. Sounds kind of like a fandom pick to me, but yes, I'd be interested in taking that. I think Seattle's offense has been playing terribly.
I like the A's. I want to root for the A's. I'm looking forward to the A's being in Vegas, so Jeff and I can make that drive for a couple of weekend homestands every summer. That sounds great. I really like Rooker, and obviously he didn't play great last year, and of course he hurt his oblique, so he probably won't even play again this year. But I like the A's. I like Nick Kurtz a lot. He's finally starting to hit well, and he's also that kind of name, Jeff. You really have to over-announce the N in his first name. You got to make sure you hit that N hard.
The Ass Man getting a shout out from Teapot. When's he coming back?
Second half.
Okay.
I mean, he had Tommy John last year, so they're not. He's young. They're not going to rush it, but man, it'd be great to have him come back like in September, pick up a few starts and let some guys take a breather. Maybe he could be a good bullpen arm in the playoffs if they get there. Fingers crossed.
Make sure you sign up for trivia. Link is up there again. If you're buying any cards, please use our QR code here or the link in the description. Much appreciated. Question about fantasy. Did you see that? Let's see, where was it? Chris and I both play a lot of fantasy baseball, and there's multiple ways you can do it. You can do weekly league settings, and you can do daily league settings, and we both do a little bit of both. So it's as much time as you want to put in if you join a baseball league. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Yeah,
I do think the weekly leagues are they're more accessible for everybody because not people just.
If you're not a hardcore baseball fan, yeah.
And I think a lot of guys, they don't want to check their lineup every single day and have to make moves. So there's a lot of head-to-head weekly leagues that run just like football. You set your lineup on Monday, and it locks as soon as the first game Monday starts. And it's just your lineup is locked for the week. And you're going head-to-head with the other guy. And, you got to do it one win versus one loss, which I think is how they do football, right, Jeff? You either won or lost for the week?
Yes, 99% do that. But then it really sucks because you could have the second best week in the entire league, but you're playing the team that happened to have the best week. So
I don't love that. So in baseball, most leagues will go by category. So if you're a 5x5 league, you can go 10-0, 9-1, or 1-9, or whatever. Yeah, and I think that's the best way, the most accessible way for people that have like families and jobs and lives.
Shelly, I love Texas. I love the potential of that rotation. I just have to see it in action, and their offense has just been pretty lethargic. Even Seager. Yeah.
Hold on. I wanted Joey K. First, Jerome Walton mentioned on our show in at least a few months, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's very cool. His 89 Upper Deck high number card was.
He was the rage. Jerome Walton, Dwight Smith, the dynamic duo on the north side of Chicago that summer.
As popular as that card number 1 Griffey was, Jeff, the Jim Abbott 3 exposure card, and the Jerome Walton and high number were, I would say, as popular in 1989.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Andrew P. I love this kid. I love him. Hopefully, we'll get him back in the second half. I do not like it when people come to spring training and then have surgery like the next day. I feel like that could have been addressed, like sometime earlier.
Yeah, agreed. But 2 questions I wanted to hit. One was, comment from Curator. The Red Ink sale is also paying off some previous purchase and beginning the target of a Henry Aaron rookie card. And wife points, new pup to the family, Daphne.
Curator, can you IG me a picture of your new dog? We are all very pet friendly here. Congrats. And if you have any questions about Hank Aaron stuff, please hit us up. We Hank Aaron with an actual certified on-card auto from him, his rookie. That's a card that Jeff and it's long but on our list. Yep. But sometimes you need to buy, an Acuna card or a Bobby Witt card because you're an idiot, and you do that instead.
Yep, that's about it. Garrett Cole coming back. Is that going to be big for the Yankees? Their staff looks pretty strong without him. I feel like it can do nothing but bring a lift.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, it will be big for the Yankees because it means somebody like Heel can go into the bullpen or something, or a Warren can go back to the bullpen.
Yeah, you're
God, I
right.
know too many. I know too many Yankees.
They're not giving up any runs as it is.
No, they're really not.
No.
Okay, hold on. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, ATL Jeff Black. Is there a theme for trivia tonight? I'd say there's two themes. There is one more Brockmeyer question, but this one's I made this one a little bit easier because there was some pushback last week. I don't give you guys homework very often. But yeah, I would say there's two themes: MVPs and card numbering.
Ooh, card numbering. All right. I like that.
And it's I'm just hoping I got things right, Jeff. We just never know.
Any final comments on these standings before I save royally cheesed and get these off there?
Okay. What first or last place team that you see there do you feel is most likely to remain where they are?
Ooh, most likely.
Hey, what's up, Thorson?
I hate to say, from what I've seen, I think the Yankees are most likely to stay there. I just don't see a lot in that division. I think the West is going to switch around a lot. Oh man, I can't.
Yeah, Joey K, we're just talking about the American League. Obviously, I wouldn't ask about the NL is too obvious. Although, actually, to be fair, that means that the least likely team is the Padres because they are currently a half game up.
Yes, the Padres are actually in first.
Yeah, Jeff, I can't argue that too much. I'm no fan of the Yankees, but
right, what
we're seeing, and a couple people in the comments there, including Forbidden Donut, who is a fan, he says the most likely thing he sees is the Red Sox remaining in last.
That definitely crossed my mind. I can't buy into them being that bad. But if Crochet doesn't pick it up,
yeah, they can't just get slaughtered on Crochet Day. Like he can't go out there and go up 11 runs. Like that just. I read that his velo is down. I wonder, like, I don't know. He signed that deal. You wouldn't think he'd try to pitch through something, or maybe he's the kind of guy who's like, I have to. They're paying
to do it.
Got to be out there.
It's brutal.
But hopefully they don't make anything worse.
Yeah, I'm most pleasantly surprised by the White Sox. We talked a little bit about their offense. They're a fun offense to watch. I don't know where they're going to get any pitching from. They probably won't get any. So I'd imagine they'll slip beneath Kansas City. Go Twins.
Nice. All right, hold on. I just want to pull this up. Does that mean if it was 7 runs, does that mean that, good Lord, Joe Ryan, my goodness. Man. Yep. Sorry, I was just looking up Joe Ryan getting shelled a little bit tonight. Yeah, and in this American League, yeah, I would say that it's hard to say the Red Sox won't be in last, but I think the most likely team to stay exactly where they are, and I hate to say this because I like them, is the Royals. I don't think they're going to dig themselves out of that hole.
You think that the White Sox are going to stay ahead of them?
Yep.
I just don't know. That White Sox pitching is so bad. I feel like at some point the Royals are going to start scoring runs. I don't know though. All right.
I listen. I hope they do. I really, really hope they do. And maybe one could read that I am trying to perhaps jumpstart them.
Reverse the curse.
But
that's a fun exercise. Let's do it in the National League. And let's just say we can't say the Rockies.
That's fair. Yeah. Although, I mean, they said on the MLB network today, the Rockies got their 10th win in June last year. And they already have 10 wins this year. So,
yeah, that was on our projections when we played the projection game.
Yeah, Simon Daughtry. I think we all expected Ahmad Rosario to be a big thumper in that Yankee lineup. I think we all saw that. I can't
tell you how many times we've gotten a text from Jake about Ahmed Rosario in the last 2 weeks.
But it's more than every other day of his
lifetime.
Yeah.
I did not see this Finest Flashback Red. I got to go check it out. No. That's I got the Yelich, the black Yelich from that set, and I talked about it being one of my favorite sets. I'll have to check that out.
No, I haven't seen that either. There's so much that goes on in that Discord that I try to check it like a couple times a day, and I still miss stuff.
Yeah, because then you go on and it's like 34 new messages since you last log in. You're trying to scan them. Yeah. Emophobic says the Brewers are going to stay right where they are, right in last place. Okay, maybe.
Strong.
It would be something if the entire division finished over 500 and they were still in last place. Reds collector, to no surprise, says Reds stay in first. Staley says Phillies will be sellers. This is a tough one. I mean, if we're not,
if we look at that team, like let's talk about what like Jesus Luzardo has gotten shelled. They released Walker today. Christopher Sanchez has not. He's been good. He had one horrific start and then one not great start. But for the most part, he has been really good. I think Wheeler comes back this weekend. I hope he's okay. I like watching him pitch as long as it's not against the Braves. Their closer is on the IL, but someone on that infield has got to start hitting, Jeff, and the outfield too, I guess.
Yeah.
Real Muto is on the IL, but
hitters. Yeah, Emophobic. I was saying without the, notwithstanding the Rockies, because I think that is too easy.
Yes.
I have to at the risk of jinxing Chris's team. Looking at this list, that would be my choice.
The options are limited without the Dodgers in first place, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess technically we could say the Cubs are in first place. You have two choices in the Central. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, I was. You're right. That is a perfect tie. So I think
don't change your answer though. I don't want to hear that get changed.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if either of those. The Nats stay at. No, we're saying who's most likely to either be staying in their position that first place or last place. So for the East, are the Braves more likely to stay in first?
Yeah, you got to pick one of the six, either the three in first or the three in last. Who do you think is the most likely to stay where they are at the at the end of the season? And you can't say the Rockies. That's too easy. Yeah, Eric, dude, we're all pretty surprised. The Mets have just absolutely collapsed, and someone in the comments said they just give up a grand slam to tie that game after they scored some runs off Joe Ryan. The Lindor injury, we hope it's not serious.
Yeah, baseball, it's crazy. There's no real dominant teams. There's nobody 20-5 to start out the season running away. Although, I mean, the Dodgers were kind of that team before they ran into the buzzsaw that is the Colorado Rockies. I think they were like 15-4 going into Colorado.
Yeah. I think, by the way, Ohtani's now what, 4 starts, ERA under 1.
Yeah, there's a Cy Young talk for
my concern as someone who owns Ohtani cards and likes watching Ohtani play is I don't want to get to July and have him be completely gassed on August 1st. Like, this is a lot. It's pitching every 5th day and hitting every day, Jeff. This is a lot. We're not going to see a 50-50. We're not going to see a 50-20. Like, he can't focus on hitting as much as he did last year with all the pitching he's doing. We know how much pitching is important to him.
His on-base streak ended yesterday.
Yes.
And I think
the day he was pitching.
Yes.
By the way.
And I think he was 0 for 5 today, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So that's, is that because he's put so much into pitching? I don't know. I mean, if he wins the Cy Young, does it matter if he goes down to have a 30 home run season? I don't know. Yeah.
I'll put the trivia link in there again. It's going to be really interesting to see how people react. Like what level of his hobby popularity is due to the insane offensive numbers.
Yeah, Emophobic, I would not be surprised. Yeah, I was surprised to see him hitting after he stayed on the bench his last start. I wouldn't be surprised as the season goes to see him just pitching on the pitching days.
Yeah, I know they said, or Dave Roberts said he didn't bat that day because he just got hit by a pitch, like, kind of behind his throwing shoulder, and they just wanted him to just focus on one thing, but we'll see. Doc's cards, I don't think he can be a closer. I think it's the work is too inconsistent. It's hard to prepare for that. Like, what do they do if he's on deck in the 8th inning and they're up by 2 runs? Like, there's too many balls in the air to juggle, I think.
Agreed. Yeah. he would have to take time off. It would have to be like he closes a couple days a week and then he hits a couple days hits that.
You have to schedule the relief. I don't think I could see being a reliever. Like you'd have to schedule, like you're going to relieve on Tuesday and Friday, something like that. You're going to throw 2 innings. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Then if those 2 games are blowouts, you waste them. So
yeah.
Andrew, I think a lot of us can relate to this. Thought I was selling my Ohtani cards at a peak, but it just keeps going up. Chris Sewell, baseball card investor, collector, investor, dealer in that order, made the bold prediction in the offseason that Ohtani cards would go down this year. And I believe ever since he said that, they've went up like 50%. I mean, eventually they're going to go down, but I think even the most optimistic and knowledgeable baseball people couldn't have seen this rise continue. So it's a ride.
Yeah, it's also the year's also not over. He could still be proven correct. I mean, we got a long way to go. It's only April.
Well,
yeah.
and now if they go down from here, does that count, or does it only count for him as a correct prediction if they end up down from when he predicted it? Because
exactly,
they have a long way down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, in Mason Miller. I mean, listen, I don't want to give a relief pitcher the Cy Young Award, but what this guy's doing, it's special. It really is.
He threw a whole inning today without a strikeout, Chris, which is the most surprising thing to me.
Wow, that was in Colorado though, so maybe. God, does his fastball get harder with less air?
Just get up to 106.
He's amazing, but he's so good. It just makes me wonder, like, what if they stretched him out? How would he be as a starter? Like, could his body handle that? I don't know.
Emophobic talks about a card we know a lot about. If you're talking about the Ohtani.
Nice. Congrats
on that pickup.
That is very, very cool. I'm going to put the trivia link in there one more time. Remember, we are playing for a pretty cool big dumper card.
Yep. Big dumper and a potential through the mail autograph picture of one of your team's favorite players.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting list, interesting collection there, and pretty impressive to do that over time.
It's awesome. Yeah. We can't rule out. His walkout to start the season was pretty impressive.
That is pretty cool. I think that's the coolest walkout since Rivera.
Yeah. And I sure wouldn't want to be facing him.
Yeah, Simon, I think you're right. I think that is his primary focus. And it just stinks that this could have been the Mookie Betts rebound year, but of course he got hurt. I mean, thankfully for the Dodgers, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Max Muncy is off to a huge start.
They're getting huge at-bats from Muncy and Dalton Rushing, who has 7 home runs and 25 at-bats.
Yeah.
So they're getting a lot of production places they weren't expecting it to be, which helps out.
Yep. Staley Gilmore, you are, yeah. If Miller wins the Cy Young with 60 innings pitched, and then Kenley Jansen goes in, somehow immediately goes into the Hall of Fame, I need a personal day.
Michigan Cards and Graphs doing a little meteorology reporting for us. Fastballs lose ride in the thin air. Colorado's best for sinkers, changeups. So the balls do a little more coming in, perhaps.
I don't know. I'm gonna need our NASA employee to confirm that for us. So, curator, I'd love to hear. If you're still with us, I'd love to hear your take on that. Oh, ultra modern. Yes, when we were talking about the standings, I did want to mention Jordan Walker. Was he? All of you guys out there that play fantasy baseball, was he drafted in any of your leagues? None of mine, unless I missed it, Jeff. The couple we're in together. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think he was drafted in any league. So huge pickup, probably a league-winning pickup for a lot of people. Can he keep it up? I don't know. If you guys haven't watched the Spitball and Cards video we put out, where one of our fellow spitballers, Phil Mington, tried to buy one of Jordan Walker's maybe very best card, did buy it, and then kind of got screwed out of it. It's a long and harrowing story about cards. But I think in the video, in the episode, Chris said something about just 3 weeks ago, the thought of any one of us spending $7,500 on a Jordan Walker card, we'd have thought we were insane. And now it's off to the moon. But
no, I mean, we don't have that much money for, fluky guesses like that, but I can't. I would have spent 70.
He's in his third season, as retro causality says, 1.8 WAR, and he's still in negative WAR for his career.
That's insane. Yeah. There's a question about Trout. I want to take a quick look at his update rookie card. I think we looked at this last week. So yeah, it was down to about 600, a couple sales under over the winter, and it has basically we have doubled since spring. I'm not touching this. I'm not suggesting you guys do or don't, but none for me, thank you. Unless, by the way, it's crazy to say it, Jeff, but the Braves really need a right-handed bat in left field. Because Yastrzemski's already kind of getting overmatched and exposed playing every day. Just throwing it out there.
What? How could they sweeten the deal?
They have some prospects. I mean, the conversation would be interesting. The Angels we'd have to take the whole contract, which I think we talked about a week or two ago. Was probably 4 years and like 33 a year, something like that.
Which doesn't seem that bad, given the production that he's giving and what we're seeing around the league.
I believe that starts next year, though. I don't think that's counting this year, which is a little concerning. That's a lot of money. So we would want the Angels to take probably just take Profar off our hands and eat the 15 he's owed, or whatever prorated version of that we get next year. And maybe Aaron Bummer. I'm trying to think what other dead money the Braves have that's still sitting around. I think Evan White's been released. I don't think he's still in their AAA. Farms are in AA at this point now.
And what a stack of cash that guy got.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I think, and if they got rid of that and they took on the whole money, I think the Angels would need a prospect, even if the deal isn't fair. They'd need a prospect to be able to sell it to Moreno. They don't like to make those trades, but I mean, I could see Smith-Shawver going. But I mean, it would be amazing. I would go out and buy his jersey. I really would. I wouldn't buy the card, but I'd go buy it.
You'd wait for that auto patch card.
Oh, we have 2027 Dynasty.
Yeah,
coming out in 2029.
Made's been awesome, Joey. He's been incredible. He's been tearing it up and should probably be in the big leagues by the end of this year, but I don't think they'll put him up.
Jake Berger, known for his defense. I'm just curious, like the air thinness in Colorado. I just wanted you. Michigan Cards and Graphs was saying that it reduces sort of the ride on a fastball, and that the thin air is best for like changeups and what else? Sinkers, I think. I know it's bad for curveballs because there's no friction in there, but I feel like a fastball would kind of cut through. I don't know. I'm not a physicist, obviously.
Pena's doing great. He actually fainted in the dugout in Texas, so they called the game early, but apparently it was just dehydration. They got him fluids, and he's going to be all right. But yeah, Pena's been doing great as well.
All right, we are at 7:00, Jeff, which means we're almost ready for trivia. Let me put the link in there one more time. There we go. Boom. All right, hop in there. If you want a shot, can you show the Cal Raleigh card we're giving away again, Jeff?
Let's take a look at the dumper.
Oh, what do we got? Is that Heritage Purple?
Yep.
Nice. I was going to say, I thought I had something sitting here that I was going to add into that, but oh well, I don't. Oh, man. Yeah, Shelley said that's a great point. Tell Mike Hampton his sinker should have worked. Well, Hampton was just too focused on the school system, I think, to really. Joey K, yes, there are Blacklist 1982 Topps cards where the black ink on the design just didn't hit the card.
They look really unusual.
They look weird, but I also think I don't know who was looking for these in 1982, Jeff. So I'm guessing a lot of these are buried in boxes and stuff like that. But yeah, they do exist. It's not just Eddie Murray. There's quite a few players that have them. I don't know if PSA will grade them. I know we've run into them refusing to grade some other stuff, Jeff. So maybe I'm sure BGS would.
BGS will grade anything.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Top 5. Which purple card are we talking about here? I think maybe I missed part of this conversation. Retro Causality says Pop 5 on the Bobby Witt 2022 purple. Yeah, I don't see why not. Jeff and I have toyed with sort of mimicking another YouTube baseball card person who likes to wear like a bathrobe and has a whiteboard. It's very unsettling. It's I guess it's a kind of a niche thing, but it's unsettling to watch.
Well, Chris would have his cigar in.
Of course, yeah. Of course. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, we're talking about Cal Raleigh, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check the numbers, see who's in there. Oh, wait, the wrong thing. What's happening? All right, we got a pretty good trivia turnout, Jeff. What do you think here?
Let's go.
All right.
Let's do this.
I didn't see Clean Cards 5 in the comments, so everyone should have a decent shot to win this.
I think Juwanuki is defending his title. He's already.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, maybe not everyone has a good chance then. I should just take a quick second.
Lower air density, drier air change, how the ball moves, the short version. Anything that relies heavily on spin and air resistance gets hit the hardest. Curveball's the biggest loser. The fastball should help.
I mean, I guess if you're, the RPMs or what have you, but whatever. All right. I hope you guys did watch Brockmire. I'll tell you what to watch after we do this for next week. I actually learned something really interesting about something that I wanted to use into trivia. So yeah. All right. So here we go. Jeff, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's rock and roll. Countdown is starting. Ooh, a lot of people just signed up. Nice. Ooh. Okay.
Who's the first pitcher to win 4 straight Cy Youngs? Was it Greg Maddux, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, or Pedro Martinez? It happened, then it happened again.
That's right.
Ooh, wow. Very spread out. The answers to the top 3.
Interesting.
Was it 88 through 92 or 89 through 92?
92, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or no, 91, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No.
Yeah, because the Cubs won. Who was the second pitcher to win 4 consecutive Cy Youngs? Greg Maddux, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, or Pedro Martinez? This is the one I was thinking of, which I believe was 98 through 2002. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Randy Johnson, about half of you got it. Yes, that is it.
The important thing is, Jeff, no one said Greg Maddux. That's very key.
That's good. Yeah. People are watching. Jason G in charge. Who's the only Major League player to win 4 consecutive MVPs? Mike Schmidt, Shohei Ohtani, Mickey Mantle, or Barry Bonds? Only Major League player to win 4 straight MVPs. There only might be 2 on there that have won 4 at all. 67% of you went with Barry Bonds. And you are correct. Schmidt had 3. How many did Mantle have? 3 as well?
I think also 3, yeah.
Who is the only other player to win 3 consecutive MVPs? Is it Ted Williams, Shohei Ohtani, Mickey Mantle, or Mike Schmidt?
Yeah. They don't all have to be in the same league, Jeff. They're still in a row.
If it wasn't for that World War II, Ted Williams might have got there. Most of you said Shohei Ohtani, which is the correct answer. Royally cheesed, making up for his horrible Royals team performance. What is this card numbered out of? Is it 5, 25, 50, or 100? Ronald Acuna Jr.
A glute shot there.
Heritage Gold. Ooh, all right, 61% of you said 5. A big chunk said 50. The answer is 5. This is another topic we touched on Spitball and Cards. Heritage's move from out of 5. So tune in. What is this card numbered out of? 63, 65, 67, or 69. One of the greatest years in parallels, I would say.
2018 flagship black is just nearly perfect.
59% of you went with 67. Well done.
All right.
Royally cheesed, padding his lead. Jason G back on the podium, and Joe Jack right behind.
Mm-hmm.
What is this card numbered out of? 2012, 2013, 2014, or 2015?
It's a good looking flagship gold Machado right there.
Yeah, it is.
That one's on eBay and it's raw. I might have to go back and take a look.
Well, the corners look pretty good on that.
Yeah.
48% of you went with 2013. That was, of course, Manny Machado's rookie card. Royally Cheese stays on top. Jason G, Card Dad 605. What is this card numbered out of? That looks like Kyle Tucker. Is that out of 5? Out of 25? Out of 50? Or out of 75?
It's Kyle Tucker orange refractor. I tried to find the most orangey orange
It's
that I could
very
find.
orange.
This one's pretty orange.
2019 did good with.
Oh, look at that. 86%. Got it right. Sorry, at 25.
Well done. Yeah, that's right. Out of 25, most oranges are out of 25, unless your 2020 finest flashbacks black. What year is Nolan Ryan's rookie card? Is it 1966, 1967, 1968, or 1969?
Mix some vintage in here, Jeff.
Yeah, I like
one
that.
Random vintage question before the Brockmeyer question.
Pretty spread out, too. Okay, 9% went as far back as 66. Almost half of you said 1968, and that was the correct answer. Royally Cheese got it wrong, but holds his lead. Card Dad in second place.
Boy.
What major league team was Brockmeyer fired from? Was it the Cardinals, the White Sox, the Royals, or the Rockies?
Come on, guys. I believe in you.
60% correct rate. Ooh, never mind.
Oh.
Okay. I like the 3 people that went the Rockies. 23 of you got the correct answer.
Which was the Royals.
It was anybody on the podium. Hopefully Royally Cheese got a Card Dad. 605. Gets 620. Nice score on this one.
Oh,
Royally Cheese. That's got to mean Jason G takes the lead. Royally Cheesed. You should have just went with one closest to home.
Oh, man. Oh, and the fact that the answer is the Royals is
That's
just
what I'm saying.
aggressive and painful.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Goodness.
So Jason G and Royally Cheesed. Let's see if I have any. I don't think I have any Royals in this as options. Let me throw up a couple options. All right. Your first option. Look at this sweet looking mustache. Wade Boggs.
Ooh. Ugh, wrong hat, though.
Yankees legend. Wade Boggs. Not a Yankees fan? What about legend Blackjack McKeon? Look at that.
Hey, Jeff.
Marlins.
Jeff. JG, who I think was our winner, Jason G, he says any Yankee photos in there. He might be interested in maybe taking the Boggs.
You should ask. We got more where that came from. All right. So Yankees, we got Boggs. Look at the sunglasses. We also have Bobby Richardson. Look at this. Look at that swell looking auto.
That was actually very cool.
Actually, why don't I
yeah, we can get the there we go.
get a little better view. Look at
Yeah.
that. Number 1 with his 2 bats. Let's see, you got some Red Sox players. Here's not in his Yankees uniform, but look at this sweet picture, an auto of Buck Showalter. Look at that.
One of the
Baseball legend.
yeah, one of the designers of that dynasty.
Mel Stottlemyre. father of multiple major league pitchers. And not a Yankee, but a very photogenic Don Mossy.
Oh Lord, that poor bastard. Not fair to make him sign his cards, or I guess his pictures. Yeah.
No, a picture of his card. Sorry, no Pete Lecoq. So if you're interested in any of those, please let us know.
Yeah, either one of you. Just let us know. I got some brief housekeeping here, Jeff. So bear with me for a moment. I'm going to get rid of that. Here we go.
No Ohtani hiding in the non-Yankees. Boggs might be the biggest name of all of these. So
yeah,
that's a very cool shot.
All right, so quick congratulations to Curator of Cardboard for this absolutely adorable puppy. He's welcomed into his house.
Oh, is this Daphne?
Yeah, my God, that is.
Oh, let me add. There we go. Oh,
look at her little face. That looks like a dachshund. So you know that cushion she's on is like a doily. It's so small.
That is a tiny, tiny face.
Man, that is really, really cute. All right, so yeah, JG wants the Boggs, and that which means Cal Raleigh can go to royally cheesed.
Yep.
All right.
I like this baseball card, Brett. Yep.
Oh,
just
yeah.
a good looking pup.
Yeah, I like that. Also, I wanted to do a quick shout out to anyone here who has taken the time. I got to find it now as I ramble. All right. Who has taken the time to go onto eBay and watch this card, because we have achieved
triple digits
100 watchers.
Oh, congratulations, Blabbers. Very impressive.
We did it. This guy has got to wonder what's going on.
Anybody get an offer yet?
I haven't gotten one, no.
Me neither.
Does he have anything else up for sale? Like, oh, that's interesting. He listed the card twice.
Yes.
Oh, makes it all the funnier. I mean, there's no way that Mason Miller card has nearly as many watchers. How many are on this one?
He's got a Mason Miller. Is it a gold refractor?
All right. I am now the only watcher of the second year Mason Miller card. So he's got a couple things up, and only one has watchers, Jeff. And that card has 100 watchers, and he hasn't thought anything of it.
What is the Mason Miller? Interesting. It's not a Heritage Gold, is it?
No, it's a. Can you see it on the? Oh, I didn't. There you go.
There. Oh,
sorry about that. Yeah, it is a Heritage second year red ink auto with a very aggressively photoshopped face.
Yeah, it's very, very plasticky face looking. But also an aggressive price on that.
I did not even. Well, go for crying out loud.
Second year relief pitcher red ink auto. My goodness. Staley's wondering what's the next overpriced card that we should all be watching.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll dig up a good one for next week. I was just so excited when I saw that the
we made triple digits.
RCA hit 100.
Hemophobic. All right, just make sure you use our code up there if you're going to go for 3,489, because that'll buy Chris some new Coke that he doesn't have to spread on the floor.
Well, then I'll just have to drink it though, Jeff. So you see my problem.
Newbie says, wasn't Miller a 2023 rookie?
Yes, that's not his rookie card.
Yeah, but that's 2025 Heritage, so he should have been a 2024 rookie.
I think his rookies are in 2024. I think.
Could have been a rookie in 2023, rookie cards in 2024, rookie cup in 2025. I didn't follow him that closely early on.
I didn't either. Yeah, Joey K. I don't know how often the seller visits Earth from his home planet, so I don't know if he's aware of other sales or if he's just rolling dice to see what his prices should be. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, speaking of eBay, though, I did just want to take a minute because more of these cards have finally, for whatever reason, Jeff, in the last week or so, a few more flagship Golden Mirror Legends variations have surfaced.
Really?
And yeah, if you're like me, you're waiting for these. I still want to see what the Maddox and the Chipper are, but a couple more have surfaced, so I just wanted to show you.
Well, maybe we should all watch one of them.
want to show you what these looked like. This Dave
Ooh.
Winfield, you know,
I believe
just
he's the only guy drafted by 4 professional sports leagues. He's
That's right.
drafted NFL, NBA, ABA, and Major League Baseball. Probably smartly chose baseball.
Yeah, I think for his health, he made the right choice. I did want to quickly shout out. Let me jump over here for a second. I wanted to talk about these tonight because our good buddy Cardboard Showcase posted this Babe Ruth today. And this is just, I've never seen this picture of Babe Ruth before. So I thought it was cool.
Wow. I have to say that's the most athletic position I've ever seen Babe Ruth in.
I've never seen him with bent legs before.
No, I've not either. Even when he's hitting, his legs are stick straight, and running. Even when he's running, his legs are straight.
Just swings him
He's
around.
pretty athletic. He's probably like 21 in this picture or something.
But yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, I like this card a lot. And what do you guys think? I posted this on my Instagram. What do you guys think he's looking at? I came up with 3 options I thought were pretty good. He's either looking at the opposing pitcher, a woman in the stands, or food.
A lunch. Yeah, I was going to say a lunch, but he's pretty svelte there. That's probably back when he still had a pretty decent. I'm trying to think of what what helps you get food through your system when you're young.
Digestive
metabolism.
Decent
metabolism.
I also wanted to just
fail.
Jeff, I want to draw your attention to his shoes, because to my eye, it looks like he's wearing like dress shoes, not cleats. Like we've seen Kingsman enough. I don't know if those are Oxford no brogues. I'm not sure, but like what those look like he's be wearing a pair of like dress pants and a nice shirt. He's going out to dinner, but instead he's crouching in the dirt waiting for his chance to hit.
Well, we do know that spikes back then were not as flashy as they are now.
True.
Maybe this was the first version of cleats where they just took your Florsheim shoes and put some.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, these are like fresh from the cobbler.
Notices they're loafers.
Yeah, upon further inspection.
Curator, that looks like a very thin bat. Yeah, might be torpedoing behind his head there, and then
it looks too small for sure. And it's also a little bit weird that he's kind of holding it as if he's batting right-handed.
Yes, it's a reverse negative at all.
I don't think so. I really
New York looks right.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, very cool card. I have not seen that photo or that card, so very cool.
Yeah, I thought this was cool. I know Cardboard Showcase is putting together. He has all the other image variations that include Ruth, so we had to keep going. We do enjoy a run being completed. So we talked about the look on Babe Ruth's face. Look at the look on Dave Winfield's face. What is he looking at?
Also a woman with a hot dog, but she's wearing no clothes.
Yeah, he is definitely sending some signals to, like, I don't know, a sideline reporter or maybe even a groundskeeper.
Somebody in the stands going by. He's like,
mm-hmm.
Make sure you get my hotel key.
Oh yeah.
He also looks like Cards and Graphs said he thinks this photo was taken by Steinbrenner's private eye that got him banned from baseball for spying on Winfield. Another great baseball history story. I think he was banned for a year.
That is amazing.
Tampering.
Absolutely amazing. But yeah.
Ducks cards.
Yeah, Dave Winfield, who is probably like 19 years old in this photo, maybe, Jeff, is giving off some serious Roger Murtaugh vibes.
He does. He looks like he's too old for this shit. And yeah, he's probably 19 years old.
Yeah, and a better athlete at any sport than anyone who will ever watch our show or be on it.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that right there is one of the most athletic men in America at the time of this photo, maybe in the world.
Yeah.
And that hat is outrageous. I got to say, that's just a terrible hat. All right. A couple others that I recently.
It's the anti Leland cap too. It's
yeah. There you go.
To his head.
This Willie Stargell, I noticed for the first time this week. I'm not sure what's going on, but I like that he's having some fun here with the backwards helmet.
Also, again, he's probably like 34 years old there. And he looks like he's like 55.
Yes, absolutely. But this card is very cool. It's an image of Stargell I'd never seen before.
I didn't either with the backwards hat. Kind of like, was that Larry Walker or?
Yes, Larry Walker. I'm saying ditto this Ozzie Smith I had not seen before.
I haven't seen that either.
Extra shout out to ESPN for getting involved here, and what looks like the largest tape recorder I
A
believe I've ever
massive
seen.
tape recorder. That's the first portable tape recorder invented.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we need this image with a shot of Michael Douglas in Wall Street with that cell phone to really get the 1980s to bring him back to life.
Yep.
But this is cool. I'm assuming maybe this is after he hit that walk off to win that World Series game, Jeff, or maybe this is after they've won a World Series. I'm not
Gotta be
sure.
earlier than that. I'm thinking it might even be the Brewer World Series. Might be 82.
He
He's
does
got so
look
much
really young.
hair.
He does. And it looks like it's either soaked in sweat or champagne. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But that is cool for Cardinals fans out there. I think that's definitely a very unique Ozzie Smith card.
Somebody was asking, speaking of, we're wondering where this is from. I think it was Shelly Cosman. Where do you guys go to figure out the origin of a lot of these SSP photos? A lot of people use Getty Images. There's a lot of people who specifically research cards, which is very appreciated. And if you're on Instagram, you'll see a lot of the origin stories of these.
Yeah, you go to gettyimages.com and search by sports, and you can kind of search for a little while before they'll ask you to create an account or something. You can't obviously use the photos, but you can look through them. You could also probably do like a reverse Google image search, but don't ask me how to do that.
Yeah, there's some people are doing that.
Here's the Derek Jeter that popped up right around our show last week. Popping some champagne here. This is from the 98 World Series. Is that a young, naturally dark-haired Dan Plesac behind him to the left there?
With the camera?
Kind of looks like him, right?
No. I believe he's still playing then. I don't think he had his photography credentials wearing those tan slacks.
Look at those wrinkled khakis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I saw Jeter, we see the Yankees on the checklist. I think you have to hope, if you're a fan, that you're going to get some kind of World Series celebration. So this is a pretty cool card. Even for someone who has no interest in it, like me, I do respect the the photo choice.
Peter or Roger from American Dad. I believe his Roger years were still ahead of him at that time.
Definitely ahead of him. Definitely ahead of him.
That was when he was still making the rounds.
Yeah.
New York nightlife.
All right. Next up, have you seen the Ricky Henderson, Jeff?
No.
All right. I hadn't either. This one popped up very recently, at least on my save searches.
Okay. Later career Henderson, I see.
Yeah. I think probably second time with the A's.
Yeah, for sure.
And I am trying to read, I think that says American League Championship Trophy.
Yeah, it's the Chevy Trophy. I think that goes to was he at the ALCS MVP in 89 or 90?
I'm really trying to read the date on that trophy, and it's either 89 or 90. I'm not sure. It's hard to read it. But this is very cool. I'd never seen this one before. Yeah, he must have been the NLC or ALCS MVP one of those years. We could probably look that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just it's a Ricky card, a Ricky image I'd never seen.
Yeah, his forearms were no joke for Ben Donut. That's what allowed him to play well into his 40s.
Oh, grip strength, off the charts. But we get a lot. We've seen, Upper Deck did a great card of Ricky holding up the base. We've seen him stealing bases. We've seen it, but this is something new.
Yep,
which I like. All right, I talked about this one before. I just want to show it again because it's such a badass card. This is Hank Greenberg. Very cool.
While you've got that up there, I just wanted to see what.
Sure.
I'm going to look this up real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to see what years Hank
Greenberg was in the war. Oh, this one. All right. While you're looking at that, let me grab another one. Yeah, there were a couple of these I wanted to get to, and I have not. Didn't select yet. Okay, there we go. Oh, and that one must have ended. All right, go ahead, Jeff.
All right, just 3 prime years. Look at
Greenberg.
A 4-time All-Star going into 1941. He obviously only played for a little while, then missed 3 full years before coming back. That's some patriotism and devotion to your country. Look at those numbers he put up before he went. Look at all that black ink.
Hold on.
Home runs, RBIs.
Oh, yeah.
Years old, 40 home runs, 184 RBIs. I mean, he was just a monster. Look at that batting average line. he wasn't below what, like 300. It wasn't below 300 until just a little bit in 41. Wow. Yeah, that's he gave up a lot for sure.
Yeah, he was a beast.
So love that.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
that.
I think this card is awesome. The first one we saw was listed at like $2,400. This one's down to 12, so we'll see.
I haven't seen this Stewie. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Netflix
check
doc
it out.
on Jewish ball players. Emphasis on Greenberg.
Yeah, that sounds like a must watch. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna start. So Buster Posey's also popped. Now, generally speaking, as you know, Jeff and I do not like podium cards, but there are exceptions. And if you are a Giants fan, this is badass. How many times can you see World Series champions in huge letters on your player's card? How cool is that?
When Chris first showed me this, he had a game. He said, count how many times you see Giants or their logo on this card. And there's a lot. So if I'm a Giants fan, I'm all over this. Yep. You see the SF everywhere on his shirt, on the podium colors. You see some like relaxed fit jeans maybe that he's wearing. It's just very a very sign of the times. And if my team wins a championship, I want all these.
Wow, excellent. Random Harry Styles a lyric quote right there, Jeff. Bonus points for our younger viewers. All right, next up we got Miguel Cabrera, who I did not remember as being on the checklist. Look how young he is in this photo.
Look at all that hair. Wow.
Look at how his neck and his chin are two separate parts of his body.
Yeah.
I think this card is very cool. I have not looked up what the image is from. I'm wondering if this is like shortly after his call up, like way back in 2003.
He is really young there. Looks really young. Forbidden Donut, I believe you did hear right. Chris referred to a podium shot as badass.
I did. Look, in 20 years, if Topps is doing these and there's a Freddie Freeman in front of at Truist Park like that in 2020 from the 2021, I will definitely be buying it. I might twitch a little bit when I do, but that's all right. Bound to happen. All right, Stan the Man Mutuals popped up. Now look, I don't love this one, but I do love that this is probably a very early microphone. And you can see that wool jersey, and I see a lot of hardware in this photo. And a guy in the background who honestly looks like he's a little bored and just wants to get the game started.
It's interesting. Can you zoom back in? I want to see that. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. The hat stuffed under the arm. Is that 2 awards?
2 awards. I cannot make them out.
It almost is. Maybe it's a farewell.
It might be. Maybe this was like before or after his last game.
Because they almost look like grays, almost look like a road uniform. You know how the players would last time through a city, they would be presented with some going away present or something. Maybe that's what this is about.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. But yeah, I almost feel like Stan Musial is an underrated all-time great.
Podium.
Yeah.
Basically a podium.
Yeah, very close to a podium, but at least they mixed in some hardware. All right, last up, we have Naked Gun star Reggie Jackson.
This had to be his second go-around with the A's as well. Had
to be. I wonder how much like a debate about what team he should be on for his card.
For this series?
For this series, yeah.
Yeah. You wonder that a lot with especially guys who are well-traveled, like a Dave Winfield too, how they pick the Padres. Do they just pick an image that they like and are like, all right, let's go with it? Or are they short players from that team? So they're like, well, let's find a legend from that team. Or is it that they've already done Reggie from other teams and decided to go with this? I don't know. That'd be a good question.
Yeah, I'm curious the thought process because I mean, he's huge years for both, right? He's got 3 rings with Oakland and 2 rings with the Yankees. He got his nickname with the Yankees.
Yeah.
If you ask, I'm not sure. Who did he go in? I mean, he still works with the Yankees. Like, who did he go to the Hall of Fame as?
Good question. Great question. Anybody want to look up his plaque? I would guess the Yankees, but I don't know. It seemed like he soured on that relationship after he left. I know the Hall of Fame decides who goes. going to change my vote. I think he went in as an A.
The
But
Hall of Fame decides now, Jeff, but I think back then they didn't. I think they changed it when Wade Boggs sold his plaque to the Devilry.
yeah, I think I still think they have final say, but they may take into consideration what the players want.
Yeah, I can see that.
Roy Lee Cheese says, no way the person that picked the Greenberg image also picked for Reggie. That make you wonder.
Yeah, I mean, they're just different styles you can go with.
Went in as a Yankee. Okay, thanks, Chris.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right, there is one more. I forgot. Adrian Belcher. This one I've seen this one a couple of times, but this gentleman is pretty strong. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, he's solid. This is, oh man, I'm trying to figure out what year this would have been. And what their
probably 2011 was when they had their big run. Although 2011 and 2012, I guess they had two World Series runs.
Yeah, nobody touching his head. When he's got those arms exposed, nobody better come close to touching his head.
Right. All right. So Nolan Ryan's has surfaced. I think I've only seen one copy of this one. Stadium Club has. There's a pretty cool shot of him literally wrangling cattle. As one of his image variations in Stadium Club. And then he's got an auto where he's holding his puppy, which is pretty great. This is his Legends Golden Mirror. I got to tell you, I go back and forth on this one, Jeff.
All right. Yeah, this is interesting. I love animals cards. Really in the foreground. Young Nolan Ryan on the ranch. Yeah, I like it, but it's not a strong lean.
Yeah, I think it's honestly, yeah. This makes me like, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. Like, he's overshadowed by a horse on his own card. But the more I look at it, the more it honestly makes me smile. He looks pretty young, and I think this is definitely
really
early in his career, Nolan Ryan.
Yes.
I really like this card because it kind of shows that even while he was playing, this is probably the thing he really wanted to be doing. Farmers only.
Guy from Texas. I'm sure he was back there every offseason.
Yeah, I'll tell you the thing that would make me even happier if in his left hand he just held up a bottle of Advil. And we'd really have something there. But yeah, this is one of my favorites at this moment. Like I said, I've gone back and forth, but this is the top 5 Legends variation image for me at the current moment.
Of all time or of this?
From the set. Like, they're gonna do, I think they're doing like is it 7? I think 75 in each series, something like that. So we're gonna see a lot more in series 2. But yeah, I like that one a lot. There's a lot of personality on this card. And we haven't even talked about the hat, Jeff. The hat.
Big hat. It's not as big as I would have thought. Kind of smaller on the
obviously,
side.
Yeah, obviously overshadowed by the horse.
Yeah, the horse right in front of everything.
Right in front. But yeah, I like that card a lot. All right, let me just grab. There's 2 that I hate. There's some that I like more than others, Jeff, but there's 2 that I aggressively dislike. One is the Willie Mays by the swimming pool, which just, I don't know. You don't want to say someone should lose their job for making that decision, but I don't know what else to say. But this one is also just horrific.
All right. Well, showing his best features, perhaps. We got a sitting interview on the field. It's on a field. It's on a baseball field.
And he's in uniform, so maybe we just have to be more specific with what we say.
Yeah. What do you mean? You wanted him on the field? He's on the field.
Yeah. Joey K, I would not be surprised if this was a potential cover there. I know we've seen so many shots of him after he broke the record, Jeff, and he's going around the field to stand there. I know that's been a little bit done to death, unless they can find a new angle of it or something. But this is the greatest shortstop probably who ever played baseball, and they gave us. He's sitting in a goddamn desk chair, Jeff.
Yeah. Looks like it could swivel at least, so he's got that.
Yeah, fair, I suppose. It's just, yeah, same guy who gave us Bobby Witt bucket. Yeah, I mean, it's just, literally, I said that word a lot tonight, Jeff. I mean, they have a 21-year career to choose a shot from that encapsulates how great Cal Ripken was and what he meant to baseball, and we've got him sitting in a swivel chair near the mound on the field.
I like that Ozzie Smith one because it was early in his career. He was young. I do like that about the Winfield too. I feel like there's so many pictures of these guys from the 70s and Ripken starting in the early 80s through the whole decade that we don't see. There weren't that many baseball cards being made then.
No.
You're not getting 50 sets a year plus 40 more inserts. We're not getting 100 different images of him on a card. So there's so many pictures of him that we haven't seen or that are rarely seen. I would like to see them do something like that rather than this.
Yeah. Totally agree. Just
Forbidden Donut. I don't know the answer to this. We've talked about this before. Yeah, I mean, yes, they do have to pay, but we don't really know what it is. Like if they have to pay more for certain images. I guess based on the journalist that has the picture. I don't know the specifics, but it doesn't seem like that's the reason why we're getting pictures that aren't great.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I know that they have a deal with Getty, but that's all we know. We don't. That's a great question. Do all photos cost the same? I mean, you assume they can't, right? It's very. I mean, obviously they're paying more for Ohtani autos, so it only stands to reason they're paying more for Ohtani images. Ha, Roy Leach. He plays in Baltimore. How about like they could pose with some blue crabs? I don't know what else Baltimore has, Jeff.
The Wire.
Well, yeah, there you go. Pose with Idris Elba. We'd be all right. Although I don't know if anyone wants to be on a baseball card with Idris Elba. You'll never look uglier than standing next to that gentleman.
Yeah, that's true.
And I say that as someone who hates taking photos with you. All right.
Me and you and Idris Elba, I think, is our next photo opportunity.
Nobody would even notice we're in it, Jeff.
That's true.
That's the beauty of it. All right. I want to get to some Instagram shout outs. And I am going to try to get some exercise tonight, Jeff. And I mean that in a PG-13 way.
I'm just glad you could get back into your studio area. I know this is...
Me too. A lot of progress today. Yeah. A lot of progress today. Okay.
Oh. He's an everyman baseball card, Brad. He's shown he's an everyman.
Yeah. I feel like everyone in our chat could just take 5 minutes on Getty Images and find at least a handful of cards, images that would have been a lot cooler than this. Oh, there we go.
Thanks, curator.
All right, headed to the ALCS.
Right.
Yeah, and winning a wet T-shirt contest in the clubhouse for sure.
Yeah, he's winning that. Is right.
Ooh, it's a hell of a drop right there. Oh, here we go. Look at you guys. Thank you, Jeff. You hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah, except it sounds like it was maybe his home. I still think it was Road Grays, but could he have retired? I guess if they were scheduled to play away, that's his last game.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for looking that up. Really appreciate that. If anyone, I'm guessing if I had to guess, this was probably some kind of ceremony for Cal Ripken. It could have been his retirement ceremony. It could have been honoring him, like, because he agreed to come out of the lineup eventually. Who knows? But there can't be too many. Map Cal with the new chairs. All right. Okay, give me a second. Let's swap over. All right, we're going to start off our Instagram shout-outs with another hello to Daphne because I've been looking back at this puppy photo frequently as we go tonight. A little distracting, but she's very cute. All right, first card I want to talk about, Jeff, comes from, oh boy. Yeah, comes from NSV Sports Cards, and it's Greg Maddux bunting on his 2000 Topps Chrome Refractor.
Look at that form.
Look at that form. Textbook. Greg Maddux was a very, very good bunter, and he's one of the guys who would just turn around real early. And he was like, they can know I'm going to do it. If it's more important, I get it. I do what I want to do with it versus I'm not fooling anybody. And we don't see enough bunting shots. So I like this card a lot. It's a very cool refractor. I wish 2000 Jeff had like golds. They don't, but I'm going to have to pick up one of these cards. I kind of want to start a collection of Greg Maddux hitting or Greg Maddux at the plate cards. There aren't a lot of them,
No, we've talked about before getting pitchers hitting. It's always a fun thing, and now it's almost becoming nostalgic since they don't do it anymore, except for Ohtani. Yeah, that would be fun to see. I bet there's a lot of Maddox hitting that we don't even know about.
Yeah, but the best one I've seen is the 97 like Fleer Tiffany card, which Teapot and I fought over on eBay. I know he's got that cool Stadium Club. I want to say it's 99 or 2000 Stadium Club where he's sliding into home plate. I like that one a lot. So I'm going to
There's
count
running
that
the
one.
bases too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do a little deep dive and see how many of these I can find. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, looked like that
Okay.
same night. Just
Yeah.
threw a chair out on the field after he rode around in the car.
I mean, that just makes it worse, right? Like we're supposed to look at him sitting in that chair and think about breaking one of the most unbreakable records in all of sports.
Yeah,
His uniform's not even dirty, Jeff.
yeah.
Ugh, brutal. Thank you for looking that up. Much appreciated. All right, hold on. Doc's cards with this is an amazing Greg Maddux stat. Yep. All about efficiency, fellas. All about efficiency. Okay, speaking of Greg Maddux, this run came from gregmaddux.javylopez.collector. And this is a run of museum collection black frame autos.
Something I never knew even existed. And I see they all have like a silver paint pen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun
I love seeing posts like this of like the most specific like player run stuff or team runs or like little set runs like this. Like this is very, very specific.
very
It's not
specific.
just a museum collection of frames, but they all have to be black and they all have to be out of 5. And he mixed in a Tom Glavine there too. Very cool stuff.
Oh yeah, I see that over on the left. Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know those existed, and now I do. And of course, it's black out of 5, right?
Yep. As it's always been. Yeah, I do wish there was one of these was him bunting or hitting, but it's a very cool run of cards.
Crazy Cryptids' Upper Deck 91 had an image of Maddox bunting. I'm trying to picture it, but I cannot. I'll have to look it up after.
Oh my god, I think I actually have that in my table here. Now that you mention it, I will not waste your time looking for it. But yeah, I think I have that somewhere as a Cub, obviously. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do we got next? All right, Braves fans. If you're not a Braves fan, I apologize. We're going to do some quick Braves fan service here. This gentleman, Dominic Smith, has just been on an absolute heater for the Braves. And Gigi's cards here posts his Stadium Club rookie auto. I think that's his out of 5, an orange foil, and of course the gold minted. This is awesome. For teams to have a very successful season, Jeff, you need guys like this to literally climb out of the woodwork and get big hits for you.
Come out of nowhere. Yeah. And sometimes it lasts all season. It's a huge magical season for that player and that team.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's got a few more big hits in him.
Yeah.
So that came from GG's Cards, who's also been posting some incredible AJ Smith-Shawver stuff this week. And Short Print a Day chimed in with a 2018 Topps Dominic Smith SSP and a PSA 10. Pretty expansive checklist in 2018, Jeff.
Yeah, I saw this post. I know Short Print Today was very excited to show you.
Yep. Pop 3 on this. And he writes, I certainly did not have Dom Smith and Ahmed Rosario raking on my 2026 baseball bingo card, but he's all here for it. And obviously I am too. For what they paid, for what they're paying Dominic Smith, they've already gotten their money's worth. For sure. All right, I want to look up something else, but all right. Someone mentioned Corbin Carroll a little while ago. I had this one queued up. Nasty Collector with a Golden Mirror auto. What do you think about this Corbin Carroll card, Jeff?
All right. Well, I see they used the Ohtani pen.
Indeed.
Rather than the Freeman pen. I don't like it. I can't really see through there. Does he have his cap on his heart? Like, is it a national anthem that he's in the dugout for?
I believe it's a national anthem card. Yeah.
Okay. I do like that. Usually they're on the field though. So maybe he got stuck coming back from the bathroom or something when they were doing the national anthem. Yeah. I like it a little bit more knowing that. Without knowing that, because you can hardly see the hat behind the auto, it looks pretty boring for a player, a a really sought after card of an exciting player.
Yeah, I do. As much as we sort of crapped on that Ohtani auto, this thin pen, it kind of works for Corbin Carroll because he has a lot of long letters, tall letters, and it
That's
doesn't.
true.
It's not as
It might have
egregious.
looked a little smudgy if he used the Freeman pen.
Yeah, he's got a difficult name to sign. Yeah, it looks like he's still in the dugout. You're right, Jeff. Look at that hair, feathered and lethal. Yeah, this is a very cool card. And I don't expect. I saw someone in our Discord had the Ellie De La Cruz. They came back from PSA in a 10. That's insane. I think getting a 9 on these is incredible. I that my Freeman is still in the original Topps Redemption top loader. It might not go anywhere. I love these cards. It's a great idea, but they are aggressively image dependent, I have to say.
All right. Yeah, I with those black or dark corners on the backs, getting handled by several people for the auto, it's surprising to see these in as good a condition as they're in.
Totally, because the gold mints themselves, like the gem pops, are very low, and now we're throwing in a step on top. Whew. All right, I got a couple more. These two I thought were pretty fun cards. They come from our good buddy Comets 1998, who, by the way, shared with me his username is not related to the competing asteroid movies of that summer.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is a shame. It is a shame. So these are two cards.
Name is in fact Comet.
These are two cards. Someone in our chat, it had to be like 2 years ago or so, mentioned these cards, and we were talking about the earliest like variations.
Yeah,
and whether or not these would count. I've never seen them. So I guess the story behind them, as told by Comets 1998 in his post here, was that these two gentlemen were members of the 2009 rookie All-Star team, Topps All-Star rookie team. So they should have gotten their gold cups in 2010, but 4 players, Topps forgot to put the gold cups on the card. So they realized their error and they printed a very low or limited number of them and put them into 2010 update. So the same card, but they added the gold cup, which should have been there in the first place. So there are 3 Ishikawas at PSA and only 1 Omir Santos.
That seems like a bad way to correct their mistake. We're going to correct it by just printing a handful of each of these.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many they printed, but this would be a really good chase. And it's a shame that this is the kind of thing they almost should do on purpose and say it's by accident, Jeff. It's a shame that neither Travis Ishikawa, although he did have at LCS winning home run, I think, Omir Santos. The other 2 guys are Chris Getz, White Sox legend, and Nolan Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Rockies? Or am I just thinking everyone named Nolan plays for the Rockies?
He played for Baltimore. I'm not sure who he came up with.
Okay. But yeah, those are your 4 names. So they didn't really hit with either one, unfortunately. But if they'd say forgotten to put it on Clayton Kershaw, that would have been pretty cool.
Joey, the cup is on a rookie card when it lines up as such. When they don't have a rookie card that year, but then they so like Devers, I'm trying to think of, for example.
Yep. Good
because
example.
When he came up, he didn't have a card that would just have his rookie card. He played and earned Rookie Cup All-Star, I don't know, bona fides from Topps. It's an award that Topps gives.
Yep.
Same time he had his first card come out. So that's why they had to put them both on there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I went with a more successful player this year as an example. Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
Came up in June or May of 2019 and had an incredible season. I'm pretty sure he won Rookie of the Year, but they held him back for 2020. But he made their All-Star rookie team. So on his rookie cards, we have both the shield and the cup.
And no idea why they used the tiny shield on there. It looks like it's just about to be dipped in the toilet of the rookie cup.
It almost looks like the cup should have some salsa in there or something, Jeff.
Yeah, dip it in. Yeah, Roman Anthony has a couple people point out. So.
Yep, Roman Anthony, that's an excellent. That's more topical even. Yeah, so it happens. Not that frequently, but it does happen. All right, what do we got here? All right. All right, Jeff.
We have not discussed the mint case card holders. I saw something floating around on a text chain about those. A card holder for the card holder, nor did we discuss NBA grading. So we'll have to save that for our follow-up show sometime in 2032.
Yeah, we have definitely talked about NBA on Spitballing. I don't understand it. It just feels like a scam to me. I think like 40% of the hobby, Jeff, thinks that all grading is a scam. Yet there's like now 5% of the hobby that will pay more for a grade of the grade. I don't know. Funniest thing we have seen so far is a card for sale. I don't remember what it was, or I'd pull it up, Jeff. But it had like the NBA gold sticker on it, and the card itself was off-centered, and the NBA sticker was off-centered in the same direction. So we just thought that was hilarious. I don't
get it.
I don't get it. Does nothing for me. I don't own any cards that have that on there, and I never will because I'm not going to pay any sort of surcharge. I don't think Jeff would either.
No, I do happen to have one that had it on. It's a Giannis card I bought from an auction. But if I could trade that for any sort of premium for one that doesn't have it, I would do it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Joey, no perfect Beckett 10s for me. Again, we don't want to pay a premium for a black label or a Beckett 10.
What are we talking about here? Okay. All right. Jeff, I got two more. I got one, and then we got our post of the week.
Okay.
So begin the process of queuing up that music. Okay. These Topps Heritage dual autos are some of our like favorite things to chase and to look at that checklist and then hopefully see when they pop up. But sometimes there's triple autos, and holy hell. This comes from Bucket Cards. It says he saw it at the Minnesota Card Show, and he describes it as the best card he's ever had the opportunity to own. It's just amazing. We got Nolan Ryan, Shohei Ohtani, and Mike Trout. And how often, Jeff, is Shohei Ohtani not like the biggest primary name on a card?
Yeah, he's relegated to the corner on this one. Of course, that was before his run of MVPs. Now he'd probably be on the top. But it's amazing to see these on-card autos and filling the space like they do. That's really cool. Love Heritage.
And it's also just the all-time superstars that have gone through this Angels franchise, and the World Series they won, like their LCS MVP was Adam Kennedy, and their World Series MVP was Troy Glaus. So it's just, one great player doesn't do it.
Yep, that's a good point. And we know 3 great players didn't do it because we've seen similar cards like this with their former teammate Albert Pujols on too. Yeah. I like to see this because Nolan Ryan did have better years on the Angels than Pujols did for the Angels. So yes, I do think this is a better mix.
Yeah, I mean, if he had any run support, he would have a handful of Cy Youngs during his Angels tenure for sure. And these autos all look pretty bold. It's just such a cool. Can you imagine pulling this?
No, I
have like a $75 Heritage box.
Yeah,
amazing. Just this card is just really, really cool. They think of the final career stats that are going to be on this card. It's like we have one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Top 25 position player of all time, and then we have the best guy to ever do both. Pretty sweet combination.
Curator, I cannot imagine has a red ink, considering this is out of 5, but
I think the duels. Yeah, I believe I'm not sure the duels are
if like they ever do red ink.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the duels are all the duels are always out of 25. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're not. I'm trying to think. I think I have 2. I believe they're both blue, and I think most of these triples are blue as well. We should. We certainly should.
Go fish.
Yeah, Trout Trumbo. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Cardboard Showcase. Thank you. Yeah, duels are never in red. Yeah, they're always in. I thought so. Should have just asked the man.
No, he's here.
He's here. All right, Jeff. It's time for our Instagram.
Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin! Instagram post of the week. Whoa.
Sorry to cut you off. I know you got to get to the gym.
This is so cool. This popped up on Instagram a couple of days ago, and I just got like all giddy looking at it. I mean, we get a base Topps card with co-World Series MVPs, and they're in the black parallel, which is like the best flagship parallel.
Yes,
and the 2 on-card autos. I mean, I had to get in person. Obviously, I had IP autos here, but I mean, if you're a Diamondbacks fan Is there a better piece of cardboard than this?
Yeah, what a cool thing. And he tells the story in here about how he got it and the places he got the autos. Just, yeah, just incredible. And surprisingly, for a Black Pearl, it looks in really good shape too. Look at those corners are even sharp. So well done, Bowman Bowser, on keeping it in good condition while you went through this whole process. Really cool piece.
Yeah, this is awesome. And it's well centered too, which I mean is really tough to come by in these 2010,
Yes.
2011. It's just stuff like this gets me really excited because it's such a great idea.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, I would want this to be a box topper, but I know they didn't do those then.
yeah.
But you can't ask for something better than this. This is so cool. They're both holding their trophy. I mean, it's just, I have no notes. Bowman Bowser, congratulations. Well done. This is a fantastic PC piece.
Yeah.
And it says it will it will live in his PC and he writes until I'm old and crusty. So I hope it's got a long tenure in his PC.
Yeah. And I think he said he's going to send it to PSA. Get that sealed up, nice and authenticated. Great idea. Seal those autos in and keep it out of the sun.
Yeah, I mean, I just keep looking at it and thinking how cool this is. I mean, he got Randy to sign it in the perfect spot too, like between the shadow and the team name, where it's shirt's light. I mean, I guess he braved an interaction with Curt Schilling, just more than most would do.
It's in public, yeah,
but very, very cool. Yeah, Joey K. Like this is like Jeff said, this is a 16-year-old flagship black card, and look at those borders, look at the edges. Man, so cool. Very, very cool. Linda's First says Curt Schilling is now selling car insurance. I don't even know if that's a joke. I don't even know. It sounds real to me.
Wherever he's working, he's railing against baseball and the powers that be, for sure.
Yeah. I will say he absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. It's an utter travesty that he isn't. I don't care what a lunatic he became or always was. He belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I agree. Chris, first year of Topps Blacks from JM Cards. 2003.
And they're numbered to 52 for the 52 set, and they increase by one every year.
Yep.
Yeah, this kind of stuff. And like, I don't think these two guys charge a ton. But yeah, for less than what you probably would pay today, Jeff, for like a Pete Crow Armstrong first Bowman Chrome auto, you could put something like this together for your PC.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of the team and lived through that and watched that World Series and just it's great.
Yeah, incredible World Series. Wow, Linda's first was serious.
Yeah.
Amazing. I got to find one of those commercials on YouTube.
Another highlight for the Red Sox this season for sure.
Don't be mean, Jeff.
All right, one question from Mr. Little Thor for you, Chris, before you go. What's the lowest numbered card you'd get signed?
I would never get a Superfractor signed, I don't think. Probably just leave those, I think. I don't know. That's a great question. Like I've seen it. I know there's some SSPs out there that are signed, and even I think some SSSPs out there people have gotten signed. And sometimes those look really, really, those look great. I just don't like if I had like a really rare Freddie Freeman that's in bad shape. Like the numbering stuff is weird. Like a chrome red, like I see no reason to get that signed because players probably have chrome autos already, Jeff. That feels weird to me.
That's the other thing. If they do have autos already, why would you necessarily do it?
Yeah, but there's some stuff like an SSP that's in, if you're a grader and you want your SSPs to be in a PSA 10, obviously very few of them are. So if there was an SSP I really liked that's in bad shape, like maybe the rough corners or the back is a little chipped, that seems like it's absolutely begging
for
an
prime
auto.
candidate.
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me give you an example because
this is Joey's hand, one that has a scratch. What's up, Chasing Majors?
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, this. Oh shoot! Give me a second to pull this one up, Jeff. Now I'm all fired up and I want to talk about it.
Yeah, Stewie, this is a very, very cool card. Yeah. Roy Lucci says might depend on the parallels. Some of the more lackluster flagship Platinum 101s would look great with an auto.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, am I in the? Dang it. Oh, I had the completed sales thing clicked, Jeff.
And it kind of depends on the player too. Like if you're a fan of a team and a certain player, but the player is more obscure, and that you got a 1 of 1, I would love to get that signed.
So hypothetically, Jeff,
change the value.
So Jeff, after you pay $500 for that Orlando Arcia Heritage Gold, you're gonna send that out. Let's get it signed in a nice thick gold marker.
Perfect. Gold on gold.
So this card popped up on eBay. I think yesterday or this morning.
Just today, yeah.
Just today, yeah. So here's Aaron Judge's. I think it's his coolest non-auto rookie card, bat under arm SSP, and it's in an authentic slab. So assume PSA, what, 5, 6, maybe less?
Yeah, if you get a close look at it, you can see there's some definite issues. I think I would guess it'd be about a 6. That's if there's no major surface issues, because the edges and corners aren't great. So yeah, it was a unique choice to go that way.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. It's something we could talk about for a while about how you grade your cards if you're trying to flip and maximize value, which is I think what this person was doing. But here's a copy of this card. The back is all messed up. I would be really tempted, Jeff, to crack this thing out, send it into an Aaron Judge signing in a black marker right along the pinstripes, kind of at the same angle of the bat. I think that would look really cool.
It would.
It would look great.
And it'd be a 1 of 1. You know, not other people are going to get that done. So it would be a really unique card.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect to then make a lot of money on it, but that's the type of thing I would get excited about having in my PC. Like a very rare card with a unique image, also with an on-card auto. I could totally see that.
Agreed. I could see that too. I wonder what this one's going to go for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so if you're interested in bidding on this, it's not our card, full disclosure. It is up on eBay right now with about 4 days left. Ends on Monday night.
No, about $400. I am going to bid on it. And if you are going to bid on it, please use our code.
Right. I think that's a very cool card. I think it's a nice opportunity to maybe get one. A lot of people just don't want to pay that PSA 10 premium.
Yep. But you get the card, and there's just not that many of them.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, that's a fun topic of conversation. Like
yeah, we might have to have maybe we'll do a segment one of these weeks about in-person autos. Chris has some experience. I mean, in person through the mail. What sorts of things that we would like to get autographed if possible? What sort of things we avoid? That would be fun to do. Chris can tell some stories.
Yeah, I am a little antsy, actually. I sent in a card for a signing, a Guerrero signing in December. I do not have the card back. The company did post that the signing was delayed and then delayed again. And then they have said he was able to sign about half of the stuff. So they're hoping to complete it in the best wording, in the coming weeks, which means nothing.
No.
They're just hoping to complete it at some point. So
yeah, the coming 35 weeks, it should be done.
Yeah, I mean, the card cost me like $15 and the auto was not super expensive. So I'll get it back eventually. I know they have it because they've texted me, but I imagine a Mike Trout signing that this would not happen. He charges quite a bit.
Yes, so there's probably not as many going through. One would think.
Yeah.
All right. Stewie, you cut him out.
Yeah. Stuff like that, though, it's not about the value. It's just about the coolness and having a card of, if you're a Diamondbacks player, 2 of your favorite all-time players, Jeff. On-card autos, World Series trophy.
Brought some of the biggest memories to your team and city. Yeah, for sure. That's something that I would, if my team ever did that, I would be in favor of trying to find a card like that.
Oh, yeah, horizontal shot of Churio and Yelich, like high-fiving over the trophy or pounding a beer next to the trophy.
Yes, pounding some beers in the locker room. World Series banner in the background.
Yeah, Bernie Brewer like passed out like on the ground in the background, something like that.
Yes.
I mean,
big picture of you grew up on the wall. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can picture it now.
Building this card as we speak.
In my dreams. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. We've got a couple videos getting ready to come out, so please stay tuned to our channel for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have one coming out potentially tomorrow, depending on how motivated I am to edit before I go to bed, or how much coffee I have before I go to the gym. And then we have the big news, the excitement for us. We have a blind reveal coming up. We have a bulk order at PSA that popped. Should be shipping. You have to wait that window for all their offers to expire, right? So maybe it ships Friday or Saturday. We hopefully have it Monday.
Yeah. So maybe we can do it before next week. That would be fun.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yep. So stay tuned. Make sure you click the notification bell and you'll be notified whenever we go on. And please click that like if you don't mind. Much appreciated. If you have any questions for us, reach out on Instagram to Baseball Card Addict or My Favorite Cardboard or the channels, Blabbin But Slabbin IG page.
Yep.
Enjoy baseball this week. Congratulations on anybody that's picked up new family members like Daphne. That's a very cool. Jelly, I'm sure, is recovered from her birthday celebration from last week.
She has, and she's ready for more. Always ready for more.
Always. All right. Hug your pets. Give your families, give your parents a call. Talk to them about baseball, even if they don't care about it. If it's something you care about, they'll want to hear about it. So if they're still around, give them a call and talk some baseball. Until next week, we will.
Jeff, give me 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
I need to show you guys something, and I don't know how else to get it
to the floor with this Coke on there.
Yeah, I am stuck to the floor. Spilling Coke is the worst because A, you don't get to drink it if you have any self-respect. And B, the floor is just sticky forever, which is a shame. All right, hold on. Come on, get there.
Curator, good reminder. Post all your pickups. Yes. Get an IG page, post your pickups. We can all look at some cards.
Yes.
Fun way to escape the doldrums, especially if our team's in last place.
There it is. Okay.
Royally Cheese knows what I'm talking about.
Oh. Okay. All right. So we have some friends. This is a perfect image to leave everyone with, Jeff. We have some friends in town.
Okay.
And they have 3 kids. And I believe the kids are like 8. There's twins that are 8, possibly 9. I'm not great at that, as you know. And the oldest one is 13. And they were very excited to meet Jelly, to meet our dog. And so we told them, like, try to be calm around her, but it's hard because she'll get fired up and then they'll get fired up. So they all they were sitting on the ground and she just walked over and laid down. And this scene transpired. The absolute entitlement here. She has, if you count, there are like 6 or 7 hands rubbing her at the same time.
Look how calm she is.
And she's just like, yep, this is appropriate. This is fine. And yeah, she was totally fine.
Well, it looks like she's happy you have guests.
Yes, she was enjoying it. She was enjoying every second of it. Yeah.
Apparently,
I couldn't believe it. She
get enough attention from you and M. Parsons.
And she just laid there and took it. She was like, yep, let's go. Like, it was adorable. My wife was like, oh God, she's going to bite a kid. I'm like, they've got 3.
Yeah.
But thankfully, oh, wow. Nice. A nice little threesome right there of cards that you picked up.
It's a fun, different group of cards.
Yep.
Clemente,
Right.
Freeman, and Randy.
Yep. All right, let's get that.
Excellent. All right. Thanks, everybody. Until next week, let's get some music to play us out of here.
Yeah. If you're in the Discord, keep posting your pickups, please.
Yes. Check out the Discord. Do Spitballing Cards. We'll Patreon. See you next week.